iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome in here tonight, race fans, to the new Smyrna Speedway here tonight. The Checkered Flag Auto Supply Short Track Scrambler Series, presented by Red Light Racing, round number 2, ready to come at you right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Last week, we were at the Richmond Raceway. We had the modifieds out. Michael Trevarthen was able to wheel deal and run, well, we thought it was going to be 60 laps. We needed a little bit of overtime to figure out who was going to win that race at Richmond. But Michael Trevarthen picked up the first win of the season. Now tonight, we threw the fenders back on it, shortened up the tire tread here tonight. Only a 7.5-inch tire on the street stock. So tonight's race going to be a little bit of a beating banging here at the new Smyrna Speedway. Driver's going to get a tight off turn number 4, a little tight off turn number 2, and well, we're going to see the sparks fly. That is for sure. These drivers, though, come in tonight to one of the historic short tracks of the South. That's because the new Smyrna Speedway plays host to Speed Weeks in Florida. So, well, call it a little bit of an early Speed Weeks. We're not quite to February yet, and yeah, we're not even close, really, so that doesn't even fit. But who is going to win the second race of the season? Because these drivers here tonight, Eric Stout, he's the quickest right now. Currently here in qualifying, he will actually take the pole. And talking about Eric Stout, I was talking to him earlier. He said, could you please wish my dear Aunt Jean a happy birthday tonight? So Aunt Jean, if you're tuning in out there tonight, happy birthday. Eric put it on the pole here tonight for you. So we hope you're having a wonderful and happy birthday here on a Thursday night. What do you say we kick things off, because it's time for that Six Rings Racing starting a lineup here tonight, and this is how they will fire off here from the new Smyrna Speedway. Grabbing the pole, it's going to be Eric Stout of the Six Rings Racing, Flow Racing number 12 entry. He'll start P number 1. His outside, last season's champion, car number 31, the Canadian Invasion, number 31 of Dave Bragg. Last week's winner, he drives the 2T. That is Michael Trevarthen. And how about one of those Canadian drivers, the 989. Scott Duncan will roll off from the 4th starting position here tonight. Starting back into the 5th, he's part of that Canadian group. It's the Switch Tire Jiffy Lube number 51. That is going to be Arnold Valls in car number 51. Back into the 6th starting spot here tonight, hailing out of Carolina, making his first start of the season. Car number 54, that's going to be Rex Hoyle. It's the Granny Amps, Walkers, and Canes Checkered Flag Auto Supply number 13 MA. Joshua Buckley will go from the 7th starting spot here tonight. It's the Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe number 14. Brian Bianchi will roll from the 8th starting spot here tonight. And how about the Racing School? Number 33, Mike Taschereau. He'll go 9th. It's the Double V entry Bragg Racing Jiffy Lube Switch Tire number 53 Double V Victor Vowles will start into the 10th spot here tonight. And the Racing School number 21, the Storm Magnet. Dan Butler will start into the 11th spot. It's the Feeney Call number 38, the Beefy Motorsports entry. Brandon Feeney will go from the 12th starting spot here tonight. 13th on the call will be the 02 of Kyle Johnson, making his second career start with the series. And into the 14th spot, making his also second career start, that'll be car number 62 of TJ Henson. Rob Higgins in the Checkered Flag Auto Supply number 40 will start 15th, and starting 16th on the call here tonight, it'll be the Checkered Flag Auto Supply number 30 of Bob Higgins. So that's your 16 car starting lineup here tonight. Race number 2 about to go green here this season, right here at the new Smyrna Speedway. We are off racing as Eric Stell will lead us to turn number 1. A little bit of a bumper there by the number 31. That was Dave Bragg, the purple and white. He'll get turned down the back straightaway. Cars scattering everywhere down the back straightaway here. We will go caution here on lap number 1. There's the 14, Brian Bianchi, turned around. Scott Duncan involved also. Rex Hoyle in the Continental Tire and Service Center. Number 54, you see him right there also. So right off the jump here tonight, these drivers having some problems on their get up and go. We'll watch it back here. We got to see exactly what happened. 31 of Bragg up the speedway a little bit into Scott Duncan. Duncan going up. Everybody hitting the brakes. Rex Hoyle doing a couple, loop-de-loops in the 54. Brian Bianchi also involved. Right on board with Brian Bianchi. Bianchi got a little help there. And right there's the 02. That is Kyle Johnson getting involved. Rex, well, I think he just got on the brakes a little too hard. Let's see. Oh, he did get a little help by the 51. So him and Arnold got locked together just a little bit. On board with TJ Henson. A little bumper tag on that Liquid Molly, number 38 of Brandon Feeney. So that's what puts us under the caution flag for the first time here tonight at the new Smyrna Speedway. Caution number 1, flying lap number 1, going down into turn number 3. Looks like Scott Duncan will have an early night here tonight after starting inside the top 5. The 989 of Scott Duncan has pulled it behind the wall here tonight, so unfortunately the driver from Canada is out of tonight's event here at the new Smyrna Speedway. Unfortunate for him, 2 back-to-back finishes that he would like to, not have finished at the bottom end of the scoring tower. Pace car in, we're ready to go racing this time. Barney waving that flag. See if we can get this lap in the books here tonight. Stout with another great start. A couple drivers kissing the Armco barrier to the outside. Everybody chasing that number 12. First lap, green flag in the books here tonight goes to Eric Stout. Battle is for second, though. Dave Bragg and Michael Trevarthen are side by side. Trevarthen making the outside lane work here early on. We thought it was going to be a little bit till we saw that come in. And look at him. He'll make the pass on Bragg, take the position, drop down to the bottom. Now he's going for the race lead on Eric Stout. Trevarthen doing the Jersey Shuffle that time by, and he will get credited with leading that lap by the splitter of that Camaro out front here tonight. Now, driver who picked up last week's win, that is going to be the number 2 of Michael Trevarthen. Just set the fastest lap last time by also with a 20.04 second lap. That time, though, Eric Stout goes, hey, wait a minute. I saw you pass that number 31 back there on the outside. He powers up, gets that Six Rings Racing, Flow Racing number 12, back around the outside, back to the race lead. Eric Stout now leads once again. See, everybody has gone single file here already. Eric Stout now putting up the best lap time of the night. Track continuing to get fast here. You notice Dave Bragg, he had that contact on the opening lap. There is some damage to the right front fender and splitter of the number 31 Jiffy Lube entry. We'll continue to watch that and monitor that to see if he has any problems. Victor Val's back there getting a little crossed up in the number 53. How about Joshua Buckley back here? He is running into the 5th spot right now in the Granny Hips Walkers and Canes. Number 13 MA, Joshua Buckley having himself a solid run here. But here comes Mike Tashrow, Racing School number 33. Now see if he can dive it down onto the bottom side of the speedway here. See if he can get that beautiful Racing School Pontiac into the top 5. It looks like he lost a little bit of ground that time through turns 1 and 2. He falls back into line. He's got Brandon Feeney right behind him. Brandon Feeney not only working on podcasts, Brandon Feeney has a lot going on up there in Canada. You talk about a driver that goes ahead and, well, he runs just about any car he can get his hands on. And coming up here for the Canadian Thanksgiving, he is going to be running a Dodge Dart in the Hot Rod Series. Brandon Feeney going to step behind the wheel of another brand new, well, race car up in Canada. See what he can do there. That driver's ran everything. We met Brandon Feeney years ago here on the iRacing.com platform, and that's when he was running Legends cars. He was part of the Canadian Legends Tour, and he was running, well, at the Peterborough Speedway. Then he moved up. He got himself a late model, and he ran a little bit of a truck series up there. He's also had a modified in his possession. I'm probably forgetting 1 or 2 cars. The guy just runs it all. He just wants to race. A couple drivers never made it back out onto the speedway. You can see the double V entry. Victor Val's now finally coming back out onto the speedway here in car number 53. Rex Hoyle has not made it back out. Arnold Val's not making it out. And Scott Duncan has called it an evening here at the Speedway. At the front of the field, there you see it. Eric Stout, Michael Trevarthen, Dave Bragg, and Mike Tashrow has got himself into the 4th spot right now. Joshua Buckley still continuing to hold on to a top 5 position. Mike Tashrow was able to get that spot because, well, it was Victor Valls who dropped a couple spots and allowed Mike Tashrow to get around Joshua Buckley. Another driver now onto pit road, and that is going to be the number 02, Kyle Johnson. There you see the 1250s. Graphics entry, he's down on pit road. Unscheduled stop for the driver of car number 02. 18 laps officially in the books. They've all been led by those 2 drivers that you see on the screen here tonight. Those 2 drivers, Eric Stout, Michael Trevarthen, continuing to lead the way. Dave Bragg did close the gap just a little bit. You can see your front 2 leaders are running about the middle groove. Call it a middle groove, if you will. And Dave Bragg has been wrapping the bottom side. You can see it really good from that point of view. The problem is Dave Bragg looks like he's continuing to get tight off the corner, and he's giving up little bit by little bit, feet by feet, every time he comes up off the corner. And I bet you it's not helping that front right tire for the number 31 of Dave Bragg. '62 there, that is DJ Henson, and I'm looking at the paint scheme. That reminds me of an old Kevin Harvick paint scheme from back in the day. I believe when he ran ASA Racing out west. It's a good looking paint scheme there on the 62 of DJ Henson. We talked about how this is his 2nd career start here with the series. TJ Henson, last week, he actually finished 9th in his season debut. Started in the 5th position, fell back to 9th at the end. Did complete every lap, though, at Richmond. And right now, he is the highest running rookie. That's because Kyle Johnson looks like he is still down on pit road. problems for the driver of that 0-2 entry. He's currently sitting into the 13th spot. TJ Henson trying to make a move down to the bottom side of the speedway. That car got a little bit snap-happy loose that time off turn number 4. He'll fall back in line, and Brandon Feeney seeing if he can work over Joshua Buckley, see if he can kick the tennis balls off that Granny Hips Walkers and Canes entry. And Joshua Buckley, there it is. The tennis balls go off flying. Here comes Brandon Feeney. So as Feeney takes over that spot, Joshua Buckley up out of the groove once again. TJ Henson down on the bottom side. He'll look to advance his position. And here comes Dan Butler. We haven't seen Dan Butler in a while. We didn't get to see him last week. That's because Dan Butler having computer problems on his PC. Tonight, though, he said he got it wound up like an old Model T Ford. Got it cranking, got it going, don't turn it off. It's essentially where he's at right now. Just behind this group of cars, though, that is the 14 of Brian Bianchi, also in the Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe. Number 14, there he is, the driver out of Massachusetts. That car did go around for a loop-de-loop there on the opening lap as he was involved in that caution flag. See, there is not a straight quarter panel on that number 14 anymore. Out front, it is still the Six Rings Racing number 12, Eric Stout, the part-timer. Last week when we got to talk to him, he did say he was going to try to get rid of that nickname this season. He says he is going to miss one race, but he should be here for the rest of them. Hopefully work obligations don't take him away. With these drivers, they do have a, well, I want to say this sim racing is not their 9-to-5 daily profession. They're all amateur race car drivers, racing pixelated race cars around the racetrack here tonight. So sometimes the real-world 9-to-5 jobs do pull them away from sim racing. So we'll see if Stout's able to continue to, well, make every race, if he can. These battles back here, Dan Butler now underneath the number 12 MA of Joshua Buckley. So Buckley, who was, one time running 4th, is now back to running 8th, and Brandon Feeney pulls the train of cars around the speedway. Because it's Feeney running into the 5th position, TJ Henson in 6th, Dan Butler there in 7th, Joshua Buckley in 8th, and Brian Bianchi at the tail of this, running into the 9th spot. You have Rob Higgins back here battling with, well, that's Pops. Right behind him, the checkered flag auto display number 30, 20-year anniversary, black and silver car. That's Bob Higgins. So Bob trying to run down Rob, and oh boy, could you imagine if Bob beats Rob again? Well, we're stopped talking about it. We'll let Bob get at it. See if he can get that spot. A couple drivers not in attendance here tonight. The number 271 of Aiden Alvecchio not making the call here tonight. For anybody that is tuning in to see where Aiden is, he is unfortunately not here. I think he was also having some kind of computer problems. Michael Schwarthen trying to work over the number 12 of Eric Stout. He just has not been able to really get it done. Never noticed that Eric Stout has Stout on his license plate there. It's one of the best things about the iRacing.com platform as you see Trevarthen get real close to the back bumper. These noses on these Camaros, they do have a point, so when you put a point on a flat object like that back bumper of Stout, it could spin him out, could get him really loose. As Michael Schwarthen take a little paint off the side of that car. Well, we talked about paint. These drivers are able to always personalize themselves here on iRacing if they got a good graphics designer or know how to do paint themselves. They can put whatever they like on these cars and come out here and race on iRacing. All my cars, when I get out onto the track, of course, they have the number 39 on them, and they have to be the most bright, obnoxious orange that you could imagine. So as you see Eric Stout personalizing his car in his red, white, and blue, and of course it has the license plate on the back, and Michael Trevarthen with his always getting something out of the box. Green, black, white, that old number 2. It's a, I don't know, a whiteboard style number 2. Either way, those are the top two drivers right now. Mike Taschereau has actually closed in on the number 31 of Dave Bragg. There you see Bragg. And there you see Mike Taschereau. Taschereau in that black and yellow Racing School entry. The Racing School, of course, is our post-race sponsor here on Thursday night. Race fans, make sure you head on over to the Racing School. Get signed up because next season's bookings are live. I do believe I did see them up there. And they have this this great program. You get to go out there and run around some of the best tracks in the Northeast. Waterford's on the schedule, I believe. And Thompson's on the schedule, of course, because the headquarters right across the street from Thompson. Make sure to head on over there and get enrolled and get behind the wheel of one of their modifieds. These three cars still nose to tail. That's TJ Henson, Dan Butler, Joshua Buckley. Brandon Feeney has opened up, called about a car length and a half over this group. And Brian Bianchi has fallen back about 4 car lengths that time out of turn number 2. Closing in on the halfway portion of this one. It would be 42 laps officially in the books next time these drivers come all the way back around this speedway. Just a half-mile speedway here in Florida. So it'll be half in, sideways, 1 car going around, 2 cars going around. Caution lights for the second time on here tonight. Oh! Rob Higgins coming around and Dan Butler's car rolling back down the speedway. Rob Higgins going to T-bone the 21 of Dan Butler, and it looks like both drivers going to be able to roll away, but that was a hard hit for both drivers. Watch it back, what happened here, see if we can see it. Butler goes down to the corner, back into the back end of TJ Henson. Buckley going around with him, and then Butler going to roll up the speedway. Hard hit there for the number 40 of Rob Higgins after the fact. Right on board with Joshua Buckley. Ouch. Right on board, this is from the Checkered Flag Auto Supply onboard camera with Rob Higgins. Higgins comes around the corner. So that's going to shuffle the field because some of these drivers under this caution flag, race fans, are going to come to pit road. Some are not. Should turn the race lead over to the BV Motorsports, number 38 of Brandon Feeney. And then it'll be TJ Henson, Joshua Buckley. They all stayed out. So the top 3 staying out here on the older tires. And it'll be Eric Stout, Michael Trevarthen, Mike Taschereau, Dave Bragg, Brian Bianchi, and Bob Higgins. Those drivers all came to pit road. Mixture of tire stops there. Some drivers taking on 2 tires. Some drivers taking on 4 tires. We're going to see which one of these strategies are going to play out. Is it going to be the no tires, 2 tires, or 4 tire stops here? We should get the 1 to go marker. Lights do go out, so we're doubling back up here, 2x2x2. Looking at it, I do see the number 54, car 54 of Rex Hoyle back out onto the raceway. He was down on pit road, I believe, for about 12 minutes, and now his 54 is back out there to see if they can pick up some spots. Feeney will bring us to green flag on the outside, and green flag is back up to 62, not coming up the speed. Joshua Buckley almost right into the back of the number 62. That's going to hurt them. There goes the number 12 of Eric Stout. He'll pick up a spot. Now Mike Taschereau trying to take back that 3rd spot in car number 33. Henson down to the bottom side. Feeney will lead us back. That lap going in the books. Still 2 wide racing back here for the 3rd and 4th position. Up the track goes the 33 of Mike Tashro. Here comes the number 2. 3 wide down the back straightaway they go. Contact between the 62 and the 33. That opened up the door. Michael Trevarthen comes on waltzing right on through. Next time by, be halfway. Will Brandon Feeney be able to hold off the number 12 of Eric Stout here? Here comes Stout to the inside. The number 12 trying to lead the halfway. He's led the most laps here tonight. And it looks like it'll be a drag race, but it will be the number 12, Eric Stout, will lead at the halfway portion of tonight's event. Michael Trevarthen has caught right back up to the back end of that number 12. That's where he's been all night long. He's been stuck on 12 like glue. Fastest lap of the night being turned by Michael Trevarthen. Here comes Tashiro. He's got a fast number 33. That Pontiac looking very strong and stout here tonight. He'll get around Brandon Feeney. Feeney in the Feeney call. Liquid Molly inside track. Not taking tires. Remember, he's one of the drivers that did not come to pit road. He elected to stay out. He started on the front row. Has now fallen back to the 4th spot. TJ Henson and Dave Bragger side by side. That would be for the 5th spot. There's the Jiffy Lube switch tire. Bragg Motorsports Racing. Number 31. Good pass there by Bragg. Here comes the 14, Brian Bianchi. That is a battle for position. Bianchi got some fresh tires on that number 14. He's trying to put them to use. Henson, one of the drivers that did not come to pit road, same with Joshua Buckley. There was only 3 of them, Feeney, Henson, and Buckley, all staying out here tonight. So far, it's paying off for Brandon Feeney, but Joshua Buckley and TJ Henson, it has not worked out for either of them. Here, all the cars sounding like a little bit of popcorn. There is a muffler restriction on these cars. No contact. Dan Butler into the left rear quarter panel. He'll send the 62 up the banking. Around goes TJ Henson. So Henson will go around off the front bumper of the 21 of Dan Butler. Contact out of 4, and Butler goes down into the corner. I don't know if Henson lifted just a little bit sooner than Rob Higgins. Yeah, Henson lifting, and the 21 of Butler driving it in just a little bit farther than Henson was willing to. There you see TJ Henson down on pit road. Brandon Feeney also coming to pit road. These other drivers, they have used their allotted tires here tonight. So Eric Stout, Michael Trevarthen, Tashiro, Bragg, Bianchi have all used their tires. Rob Higgins, Brandon Feeney, Joshua Buckley, TJ Henson, all coming down pit road here on lap number 58. So they're take tires now. We'll see if that was the right strategy by staying out. So as we pace around here tonight at the New Smyrna Speedway, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back here to the New Smyrna Speedway tonight with more racing action.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
And back just in time for the green flag. Racing action back underway here after the third caution flag of the night. And big bumper cars. Michael Trevarthen missing a shift on the outside. That made the 31 of Bragg get into the back. Contact. Big wreck at the front of the field. Big wreck. Sparks flying out of the front right fender of the number 2, Michael Trevarthen, as there is a parking lot on the back straightaway. Eric Stout, Michael Trevarthen coming together. Oh boy, that's going to take out, I'm going to say all but maybe 1 or 2 of these drivers at the front of the field. Stout drifts up off turn number 2. And you see everybody getting involved. TJ Henson going around. There's the 33 of Taschereau, the 14 of Bianchi. Big old parking lot down here. This is what Eric Stout sees, and all of a sudden he realizes it all has gone wrong. Never a good feeling looking back. Brian Bianchi's helmet camera here. Thought he was going to get clear, all of a sudden clipped in the right rear, spun around, hit. It looked good, sounded good, and all of a sudden was not good. TJ Henson was involved. Eric Stout was in the way, and when he got into Stout, then I believe that was the 54 of Rex Hoyle. That was one of the 505 Motorsports entries anyway. Involved. So where does that leave us with cars? Let's take a look here, see if we can find. There's the race leader. See, let's drop that down here for you. See, so you race fans can see where your favorite driver is running, because now the running order is all fahootst and around. There's Dave Bragg. Joshua Buckley is right there, and it looks like his car's all right. I believe 2 cars made it through completely unscathed. It was Dave Bragg and Joshua Buckley. There's Brian Bianchi. We talked about his early woes. He was involved in this one, too. There's the 30 of Bob Higgins. It looks like his car's all right. I do believe he came to a stop and got out of that one unscathed. TJ Henson. There's the 62. He was involved. He's got some damage on that. Spears, number 62. Taschereau. Oh, yeah, the racing school front end. That's looking more like a, well, modified now. Eric Stout, he's got the same kind of thing going on the front end of that number 12. There's Rob Higgins. He's been trying to rebound here all night. He's back there running in 8th, so we'll see if he can work his way back up. Dave Bragg is the race leader. We'll come back into the restart zone. Green flag back up and underway. Well, we made it farther this time than we did. Maybe. Let's hold on. Hold the phone. It was off of turn 2. There it is. We've made it farther this restart. Joshua Buckley, though, going to the outside, trying to grab a win. It's been a long time since Joshua Buckley has gone to victory lane. Been a couple of seasons, I do believe, as he now is going to take the race lead. He is the race leader this time off turn number 2. Nothing in front of him as Joshua Buckley trying to set sail here tonight at the new Smyrna Speedway. Last time Joshua Buckley went to victory lane, it was in season number 4 of the short track series. It was June the 10th of 2021. He went to victory lane at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. So it's been a little bit of a while for Joshua Buckley. There's the 62, TJ Henson, trying to come back up. He's had a fast car. He got spun out, got put to the back, and got wrapped up in that last wreck. So now he's trying to just climb and claw his way back through. So it's Buckley, it's Bragg, it's Bianchi, Henson, there's Eric Stout, Mike Taschereau, Bob Higgins, Rob Higgins, and Dan Butler. Those are the 9 drivers currently that are out there on the speedway, closing in on the just 25 laps to go. Joshua Buckley opening up the biggest lead we've actually seen all night between the first and second place cars. And that second place car is Dave Bragg. Running 2 different lines between the race leaders. And how about Brian Bianchi? He hasn't been this far up in the running order since the opening lap of this race. But TJ Henson, that number 62, still showing a lot of speed. Five more rotations around the half mile. All B's at the front. Buckley, Bragg, and Bianchi. Drivers that are out of this event here tonight. Michael Trevarthen is out. Victor Valls is out. Scott Duncan is out. Drivers still down on pit road trying to get service done is Kyle Johnson. Victor Valls is down on pit road along with Rex Hoyle. Brandon Feeney also down on pit road. A little close to the wall that time for the number 14 of Brian Bianchi. He's got TJ Henson all over the back end of the Colony Tire. Number 14. Look at Henson. He gets right up to the back bumper of that number 14. Really rolls the center better. It's all about, though, getting the run, getting that momentum off the corner for the 62. Unfortunately, TJ just not able to get that worked in right now. It's all about try, and try again. As now Dave Bragg has pulled back in on the race leader. 22 to go. Dave Bragg is there looking. Josh Buckley pitted last time on lap number 58. He put right side tires on. As, Joshua Buckley, motor expiring on the number 13 MA. Joshua Buckley coming to pit road. His night gonna go up in a puff of smoke. That car is going to be done here tonight. That'll hand things over. It'll be Dave Bragg now, the race leader, coming to get 20 laps to go, and Dave Bragg is now the race leader. Brian Bianchi, TJ Henson, and Eric Stout. Now Mike Taschereau rounding out the top 5. Then it's Bob Higgins and Rob Higgins sitting back there in the 6th and the 7th position. Dan Butler will pick up a spot here in just a couple of laps over Joshua Buckley, so that we can slot Dan Butler now into what will be the 8th position in about 2 laps. Michael Trevarthen, yeah, he is out. He's being lit up in green. So who's it going to be? It could be anybody still out here tonight. Do we see a late race caution in this one? Dave Bragg last year picking up his first career championship with the series. Came onto the scene just a couple seasons ago. Dave Bragg officially has 53 starts, 1 pole with the series, no wins. He is the only champion ever in short track history here with Red Light Racing to pick up no wins and have himself a championship. He does have himself 15 top 5s, though 33 top 10s. And you know what the crazy part is? Coming into the night, he only has led 39 career laps at the front of the field here with Red Light Racing. Talk about a crazy stat number. 16 to go. He's still out front. Bob Higgins still holding on to a 4th place finish here tonight. Bob's picked up 12 spots from where he started. TJ Henson, who's 1 spot ahead of him, has picked up 11. Taschereau with the beaten and banged. Well, I don't know where he's going to find another Pontiac front end. There are not many. Only kidding, race fans. It's probably one of the best things about the iRacing.com platform is these drivers that came out here tonight. We knew there were going to be some rubbing of the fenders and some sparks flying. And, well, the car's tore up, but he'll get a brand new one next time. Driver coming back out there, that's the 54 Rex Hoyle. He's being shown multiple laps down, but he's going to come back out here. Believe he has to turn, let me look at it, not enough laps for Rex Hoyle to actually pick up any more positions here tonight. But at least to come back out here, turn a couple laps, and log that into the old memory book. This is a lot of racing here on iRacing is muscle memory. These drivers, they get to turn so many laps, and they really start to just be able to pick up those braking and throttle points and when to turn into the corner and how does a car react if it has a little bit of a tweaked suspension. That's exactly what Rex Hoyle is going to find out here. Rex Hoyle is the oldest driver of the series. He also has the most laps in all of racing. Well, we'll call it sim racing. He's been on the service since its debut, and even before that, it dates back to the early 90s for Rex Hoyle and sim racing. Also has some real-world racing experience, too. Can't knock him there, either. This is a well-rounded veteran. Double high 5 this time as the 10 fingers go up into the air. It'll be just 10 more laps, 5 more miles of racing around the new Smyrna Speedway. Can Dave Bragg pick up his first career win? Remember, he has never won a race. Brian Bianchi, who is just behind, though. Brian Bianchi has picked up a win. TJ Henson, who's sitting there in 3rd, he's never picked up a win. Could be a first-time winner here. 2 out of the top 3. 2 out of the top 4 have never picked up a win. 3 out of the top 4 have never picked up a win. Bob Higgins making his 90th start with the series, who is running currently back into the 4th position. There's the 28-year anniversary. Checker Flag Auto Supply machine making its 90th start here tonight. He does have 3 top 5s. This could be his 4th top 5 if he can hang on here. Just 7 more laps around. 38 of Brandon Feeney back out onto the raceway. Not enough laps for him to pick up any more positions, but he's out here giving it a go. I was just told the number 62 of TJ Henson had himself a moment last time by going down into turn number 1. It'll be just 5 times to go, 5 more laps, 2.5 miles around the speedway. Oh, Henson into the outside wall again. Henson trying to get everything she's got, Captain. Bianchi is there. Dave Bragg, do not peek in your mirror. Here comes the Culpeppers Bakery Cafe. Number 14. You got Canada, Massachusetts, and North Carolina all right here in the front top 3. It's going to come down to the end. Who will have it? 3 to go this time. It'll be popsicle sticks into the air when they come back around. This time out of 4, those popsicle sticks. Wind them up, throw them up, 2 to go. Well, Mile Racing here tonight at the New Smyrna Speedway will do it tonight. We'll see. Reports Kyle Johnson's car blew up. He's officially out of tonight's event with just 2 laps to go. This time by, we're going to see the white flag brought to us by our friends over at Culpepper's Bakery and Cafe. The final trip around the New Smyrna Speedway. We'll go 100 laps here the distance. That's exactly what we're due. Does Brian Bianchi have anything left? One final trip down that back straightaway. Here they come into turn 3 and 4 for the final time, and he will not do it. It will be the number 31 of Dave Bragg will come across the line to pick up his first career victory here tonight at the New Smyrna Speedway. It'll be Bragg, Bianchi, Henson coming across the line. Then it will be Bob Higgins picking up the 4th position. Mike Taschereau in 5th. Rob Higgins in 6th. Dan Butler will finish tonight's race in 7th. But it's all about the man who will go to victory lane for the first time ever. Dave Bragg, the driver out of Peterborough, Ontario, Canada. That Jiffy Lube switch tire, Dave Bragg Racing. So I'm sure he'll celebrate this one as he is the winner tonight. He'll go down. Do some victory donuts for you race fans. A first-time winner going to celebrate here in Florida. So as he burns them down, race fans, we'll take the quick step away. There it is. Fireworks going off in the background as the tires smoke off that number 31. We'll be right back here at the New Smyrna Speedway with your post-race show brought to us by our friends at the Racing School right after this.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome back here, race fans of the New Smyrna Speedway. Round number 2 for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Short Track Scrambler Series, presented by Red Light Racing, is officially in the books. These drivers are all sitting down here patiently tonight. Our post-race show brought to us, though, by our friends over at the Racing School. Make sure to head on over to the Racing School and make sure you book your next season's racing experience, whether it's at Waterford or over at the Thompson Speedway. So let's kick things off. Let's start with our driver that's going to finish 3rd here tonight. He's a rookie, and tonight he will finish in that 3rd position. TJ Henson. TJ, a great run for the 62 from a spin to rebounding here tonight for 3rd.
Yes. I still don't know how I got 3rd. I was nursing the car home for the last 10, 20 laps because I had front end damage from that last big wreck, and water temps were rising quite high.
We saw a lot of these drivers here tonight in Florida expire a motor after a little bit of damage to the front nose pieces of this car. Obviously, that a big concern. Was there any damage? There was contact out there. The 62 went for a spin earlier on in the night.
Not much, actually. In fact, I think it helped me.
Well, heat up the
I think it
tires
helped
to
me
a little
get new tires. Yeah.
So a great run here tonight at New Smyrna. What have you learned here running with the series? 2 weeks, 2 different cars, 2 different style tracks.
Mostly just how to adapt to different styles of racing from week to week, instead of like sticking on one. Because I mostly, when it comes to official races, last season I was mostly late models and just late models every week. So I mean, it's just switching up different types of tracks and different types of cars at the same time.
Well, you switched it up, and that's for sure here tonight, as you will come home in the 3rd position after picking up 11 spots here tonight at the New Smyrna Speedway. Great run for you, TJ, in your rookie campaign and your 2nd start ever. Before we let you go, though, we got to ask you, who do you got to thank back home?
Well, mostly my Logitech wheel for cooperating with me for however long it has. Sometimes it doesn't, but usually it does.
Well, TJ,
and also Aiden for bringing me in here, like for pointing me towards this league and getting me to do the recruitment races, and yeah, thank him for that. Yeah.
Well, there it is, TJ Henson tonight, race fans. Aiden not here tonight, but TJ shows up. Aiden, where are you, our friend? But tonight, the topic of conversation, TJ didn't even know it. In the pits tonight, it was about those Logitech wheels. About 90% of this field here tonight running a Logitech wheel, and some of them all having problems here and there. But TJ will hold on and finish in P number 3 here tonight at the New Smyrna Speedway. Finishing 1 spot higher than him, well, it's the beaten. It's banged up. It looks like somebody took a bite out of one of those Culpepper's Bakery and Cafe cupcakes. And, well, Brian, a little bit of an eventful night for you.
Yeah, didn't make 1 lap. I had a lot of damage after that first lap. I went in and fixed a little bit. Car wasn't good anymore, but I just kept after it, and I'm 1 spot better than last week.
1 spot better, so I'm guessing you're thinking next week might be your week.
That's what I was thinking. I'm gonna try not to wad that one up.
Yeah, you got to be running out of patience with that. But talk about the end of this one, the big wreck down the back straightaway, and then all of a sudden you find yourself, restarting here inside the top 5. And did you have anything left for Dave Bragg at the end of this one?
I think I was a tick faster than him, but I couldn't get by him. Yeah, I wasn't gonna dive bomb or anything like that. That would be the only way I could have got by him. So, we'll settle for 2nd.
You settle for 2nd, and I do believe coming into the night, you were 4th in the point standing, so I believe you're going to come out of this one sitting in about the 2nd position in the point standing. So that's a good start. They're 2 races in and sitting inside the top 2.
Yeah, that's good. Last year, I think we were like 24 after like 4 or 5 weeks. So a lot better start to this season, even though this race was pretty wild.
Pretty wild. Would you attest that to maybe slapping on the old fenders on these cars here on Thursday night?
Yeah, you can't do this stuff in a modified, so yeah, I guess they're testing the fenders.
Well, I guess they worked here tonight. So a great run for you, though, Brian. Before we let you go, who's on the quarter panels? Because this car, well, they're crinkled up. We can't quite see them.
Yeah, Culpepper's Bakery and Cafe, Colony Tire, Zeno's Luxury Jackets, Bar Mackey. Bar Mackey was supposed to be on the hood tonight, but we didn't load the car, so I forgot about that. Who else? We got GK Properties, who I missed last week. Danny's Diamond Deals. My wife doesn't want me to say her anymore because she says I have too many sponsors.
But you said her. So, hey, look at that. Brian Bianchi being a man of it and thanking, well, the driving force behind that team out there. So great run for Brian as he rallied back. He'll finish 2nd. Now, how about it, race fans? This driver has yet to ever win a race. But you're going to say, Roger, He's won a championship. How could he have never won a race? I don't know. Dave, why don't you tell us how that happened as you pick up your first ever win here tonight?
Yeah, I honestly think this was a lot of luck. A couple of top running guys ended up getting knocked out, so I kind of just fell into the first position there. Honestly, I had no motor at the end. The car was screaming at me that my engine temps were maxed out, and I was just nursing it as much as I could coming into the corner, trying to keep those temps down, and held her together to finally put one together and capture this checkered flag.
You finally put it together as you nurse it home. You say, what was it out there tonight from behind the wheel of these street stocks?
Tonight was wild. It's you throw fenders on with these guys, and we all are invincible coming into the corners. Everybody wants to bang a little bit. The cars are definitely built for it. You can see we can bounce and bang pretty good and still get out there. But yeah, these guys get a little fearless once we start throwing on some fenders. So maybe back to some modifieds next week or something, just to clean her back up a little bit.
Well, you are right. We do take the fenders off, put the rub rails back on, because we are gonna run the modified next week. How about Lanier? We've gone from, well, the modifieds at Richmond to the street stocks here at New Smyrna. Now we're gonna go back to the modified at Lanier.
Honestly, I've never turned a lap there in a mod. I've turned a lot of dirt laps there, so we'll see how the asphalt fares. I've been able to adapt pretty well so far this season, and been able to get on early with the team there and be able to turn some laps. So I'm sure we'll be able to figure something out, be able to unload pretty strong next week.
And you talk about, having a good car and a good season so far. You are going to come out here tonight now as the points championship leader. So what does that mean after picking up a championship last year, a win here tonight, and now you're back on top of the point standings?
It's wild to think that I'm ahead this early. I'm usually not this consistent. I got to wait for the other guys to kind of wreck out of a couple of races before I kind of finish up tops. But yeah, we're starting off early, so let's hopefully we can keep these rolling, get this team championship, get a couple more wins, and celebrate another championship.
Well, we look forward to watching you the rest of the way, seeing if you can defend that championship that you picked up last season. But here in your 54th start, you pick up your first career win. So who do you got to thank? I know there's a whole invasion posse up there.
Oh yeah, we got the group of the boys, that's for sure. But always, we got to thank out the sponsors first. Jiffy Lube, Switch Tire, they're been there since day one for me, so can't thank them enough. Big Bruce Customs came on for me. We're going to be throwing different paint schemes at my car all year, just kind of throw a couple of different ones at it, see what sticks, see what kind of pops on the track, and kind of keep it a little bit more interesting. But yeah, we got a huge group of guys, all the boys back at the shop: Cody, Colin, Connor, Victor, Ben, Tyler, I'm missing Austin. Yeah, everybody back there. And always I got to shout out the wife. She supports me massively in this, taking care of the kids while this is happening. And I can really celebrate this win with the wife tonight. We got a new baby boy coming in a month's time. We can celebrate baby Bragg coming in. So we got another sim racer on the way.
Look at that, race fans. He's winning all over the place. Championships, races, well, behind the closed doors and at work. Congratulations here tonight, Dave, as he'll celebrate this one. It only took him, well, 54 starts here on Thursday night to pick up his first career win. So now he'll have one career pole to his name, one career win, and one championship. Congratulations to Dave Bragg once again. Congratulations to the top three. We heard from Bragg, Bianchi, and TJ Henson, the rookie, for the first time. He finishes on the podium. Bob Higgins, though, picks up the most spots. He finishes in the 4th spot with Mike Tashrow back in 5th. Rob Higgins in 6th. Dan Butler in 7th. Eric Stout finishes in 8th. Joshua Buckley in 9th after leading late in this one. And Brandon Feeney will round out the top 10. That's your post-race show brought to us by our friends at the Racing School. Remember to get signed up at the Racing School and get behind the wheel of a modified today. So where does that leave us? That leaves us with Dave Bragg, the championship leader, leaving tonight, and us headed to Lanier. Just on October the 5th, we will go there for 100 laps, short track racing action. Take the fenders off, slap the bars on, and let's see what kind of sparks we can fly at the Lanier National Speedway. That's going to do it from the New Smyrna Speedway, though, race fans. As we get ready to sign off here tonight, we got to thank you for tuning in here tonight, as we thank you, along with the Checkered Flag Auto Supply. And until we see you next time, race fans, stay safe, and we'll see you in turn 3.